Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, AmusedJester. My name is Junior, and today we're going to be reviewing Star Wars from Hasbro, the TVC 3.75 scale vintage collection. This is from the movie or the animation Maul Shadow Lord, Star Wars 3.75, and this is Marrok. Marrok. There you go. Funnily enough, I watched the first episode of Dark Maul. I kind of did not finish the second episode, and I'm not really feeling it at this point because it seems so slow and boring. But I will get to it. But then again, to be honest with you, I never even finished. I haven't even seen the second episode of Andor. I found the first season particularly kind of boring. My policy is, because it's been a while before I watch the second season, I want to rewatch the first season, and I tried, and I'm just like so slow on the first episode. It's just yeah, but I think I got through the first 10 minutes where he killed those guards, and now he's going back to his planet on a rewatch. So anyway, this is Marrok from Shadow Lord, not particularly the Ahsoka one, so I'm assuming he's going to be in the animation. But I definitely had to get this because it's 3.75, and 3.75 is my jam, or my main collection right now, so I needed to get it. Even though, yes, it's $20. $20. Now, the last figures sets that I got for $20 was the I don't know if you can see, it's these guys, and these were an excellent figure. So this is definitely gonna, the price of $20 is definitely gonna affect the value of this figure. I believe this is not the first Marrok figure, right? Because somebody was saying that this is a repaint, and the first one was actually too rust coated or something like that. And I know that people were disappointed with how he got killed, or not how he got killed, but what happens after he got killed. But I don't really care that he turned into a puff of smoke. I care that his gear also turned into a puff of smoke, right? Because if he got killed, then he should have been like, the gear should have fallen. That one was kind of ridiculous. I'll have to check it and see, but yeah. Really nice figure. I mean, I just, unfortunately, I'm at the stage of my collection with Star Wars 3.75. I have so many of them, and I definitely want to get these individual figures. So I am kind of stuck with the fact that I have to pay $20 for these. They're pretty small, but I need them for my collection. The head moves around, but only left to side, left and right, side to side, a little bit. This is not a movement of the head. This is a jiggle, is what I would require. I'd say it is. Good on that one. I remember these being like they had, yeah. See how on the inside it's actually inside. There's an inside ring in between the arm, shoulder, and the body. That's why this can rotate independently of the arm, which I believe is a great idea from Hasbro. These never had any bicep cuts. The joint on the hands or the elbows are supremely long and big. That allows for an excellent range of movement, as you can see, way past 90 for a single joint. That's amazing. And of course, it's got the swivel on the elbow, a swivel on the wrist. Now this one still has the joint on the wrist rather than a ball joint. It still has the thing over there, which is, I actually kind of like that better, honestly. This one, okay, so there's a articulation right here on that plate, and that's it. This is one solid piece, but pretty good. Look at that, pretty good movement as far as I'm concerned, because it's only a single joint, it's just moving. There you go, pretty good like that. Outside still has thigh cut, which is now disappearing in the Black Series, which doesn't make sense to me. That the TVC now has better articulation than the Black Series. So that one. Can you imagine that the TVC has better articulation than the Black Series? That's ridiculous. But this is the reason why I'm shifting my collection towards a 3.75. What would I value this at? At $20. God, $20. But like, I just holding it in my hands. I'm really happy with it. It's not a reissue for me because I never got the one with the rusted paint and everything. This is a level 1 action figure which has all the articulation that I want. A tier 2 character because it's Marrok. But I still was willing to pay $20 for it. Actually, I would say this is a tier 1. It's an individual character. It's not an army builder. It's really cool. I really like the design. I'll give it a value of 12 because I don't have it. 3.75 is the concentration of my collection at this point, and it really looks cool, even though it barely has any kind of paint application. And I tell you why I'm beginning to shift back to 3.75. The detail is there. The detail on a 3.75 figure right now that companies are capable is freaking amazing. Articulation is there. Like, really. For a single joint, and you can do that. Yes, it's kind of rubbery. I don't know how long this figure is gonna last. But, and then that's pretty much it for the knee. I'm okay with that because being so small. I'm gonna tell you right now that I believe 3.75 is the future for toy collectors, or where the industry is going to start shifting towards from, because a $50 6-inch figure with this much articulation for one figure is unsustainable for all of us. $50, basically 2 of them is gonna be $100. And 50, are we going towards $50? Imagine that McFarlane right now is $35. It doesn't really matter how many accessories you put on a figure. At $35, that number of accessories is gonna start more of a hindrance than anything else. Because if you have, for example, I'm gonna bring these guys in, right? I'm not sure if you watched my video review on this one. These guys have a ton of accessories. The playability factor on this one is out of the scale. It has different ways that you can display this as. But, and this comes with 5 heads, these pair. But the problem is, you have to keep switching it out. You can't display all of them with just one body. You need multiple bodies on this one, which means at the original price of $50 in this one, or $54, I can't remember, you would have to get, I think I ended up counting it as maybe, you need 5 of these figures. So you can't even get 2 sets because that's only going to give you 4. You can't get 3. Well, you can get 3 sets, but that's going to give you an extra body. The problem with those is that then for 3 sets or 5 sets of those at $50 each, that's $250. That's ridiculous. It's unsustainable for us. And the fact of the matter is, they could pile on as many accessories as they want, but at some point, customers are gonna say, "Yeah, it's deluxe, but I can't display it. You know, there's way too much accessories." I can't believe I'm saying that, to say that there's way too much accessories. Plus, the fact of the matter is, so $20 is a good enough price to spend on an action figure. I don't want to go up to $30 on an action figure. That's one of the reasons why I'm winding down as well. Man, this is gonna be a longer video, not about the figure, but there's why I'm shifting my focus towards 3.75. But aside from that, is with 3.75 you get vehicles. It's unsustainable to have vehicles for 6-inch lines. unless you have a massive, massive house with two or three rooms dedicated for display options, it is gonna pile up. It is gonna pile up, and it's not gonna look good because you have it here. Hold on a second. I'm gonna swing really quickly. That doesn't look good to me, even though I'm forced to it. Look at how many vehicles I have in that part, and that one shelf alone. You have an oh man, I forgot. You have an LAAT, an ATACT, and the ATRT. No, that's not an ATRT. That's I forgot the name of it. They're three figures. In order for this thing to look, even this part right here, I have the shuttlecraft and ATACT, and then I have shoot, I forgot the names. I'm kind of tired. But this one is kind of okay, but it's still getting too busy already as it is. And that's just three figures, or three ships. It just gets bogged down too quickly. So, and think of that, and double the size of that when it comes to 1/12 scale. So I believe the 3.75 is where figures are going to be eventually. It's going to be cheaper manufacturing process, cheaper materials, so they can maintain a $20 price tag. Yes, this is going to be the norm. $20 for this is going to be the norm with the way things is going right now. So that's why I'm shifting towards the 3.75 line. So, but there's not a lot of them. I wish G.I. Joe would go back to 3.75, not 4 inches, 3.75, because then unfortunately Hasbro has already established the scale. They have a massive, massive backlog of figures, and they're at 3.75, close to 4 inches. And that is established. If you can build other collectible lines in this scale, then you got it. That's the money shot right there. Because then you're incorporating everything else. You have Marvel, DC, G.I. Joe, excessive war building possibility. Anyway, so I'm going to leave this one a value of 12. Yes, it's very expensive right now. We are going to have to get accustomed to paying $20 for these figures. This is the reason why I'm excited about Mattel. Mattel is bringing down the price of their figures. But they're toy figures, like meant for toying kids, not for a collector, which is another thing I'm going to discuss about later on. But for now, let's finish this off. Value 12 for $20. I had to get it because this is a great character that I like in Ahsoka, honestly. And I'm curious who Marrok is. I'm curious what happened. And because, anyway, I'm going to read the review on that. I have a lot of stuff I have to review to get to. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.